Hey guys, so I got a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 4.0 inline six, as you know, and I'm making this video because I was struggling a little bit with this thing. It's an engine swap that I just did. As you can see right there, I got the old engine. What happened to that one is one of the pistons broke off and made a big mess, and the number 6 piston, and he locked the engine up, so we had to replace the engine as the customer requested. You can see this is the valve cover that came with the new engine, the used engine we got. We had to replace it because they broke these little things, and as you know, these little boots are so dried out that every time you pop them out of there, they're gonna break. So what was going on with this thing is that as soon as we got the engine in, they didn't want to crank up. It was first of all that somebody, when the engine was locked, they were messing with the starter, and they weakened the starter up. So the starter, we had to replace it after, we didn't know until we put the engine in. Now after that, everything was plugged back up and stuff like that. We had to keep on doing a little work because it wasn't cranking up. It was backfiring. It didn't turn it didn't turn over like it's supposed to, because it was firing out of time. And as you know, these things are so hard to get them out of time. And so what I did is I went and got the synchronizer out of the old engine and put it on there. It still didn't do nothing. And I skipped the crank sensor because I thought, who knows? How wasn't working when the engine was working, when it quit working? So I went ahead and started looking through the wiring harness and all this and that here and there. So was known that this engine's got a common problem, that when it sits, sometimes the intake valve will stick open. And I thought that will be my problem. And what I did, I checked the compression, and I had 120 all the way through from 1 and 6. And so end up being, the last thing to check out was the crank sensor. So, and I'm gonna tell you something, this thing is a hard thing to get to. You got a 10mm bolt back there that you can't get with nothing. It's so hard to get to it, and now you can't hardly see it. You can't even see it. But it's so hard. You gonna have to squeeze your hand through this place right here. It's the only opening you got right here to do it, if you want to do it from the top. And look what I found. What I found is this sensor, the crank sensor. It was all, of course, this is a 2001 with over 200 and some thousand miles, and you can tell that this sensor has been scrubbing on the flywheel. So it took me about 35-40 minutes to get that thing out of there. Couldn't get to the bolt. It's a 10mm holding it, and it's sitting down like that. And it could be easy if it was holding it down, but it's holding it to the side like that. So you got a bolt coming in from back to the front like that, holding it. And that was a big problem for me to get out. So I just changed it. And this is what it does after putting a new crank sensor on. Listen to this. That was my problem. I had to deal with it yesterday. Checked the compression this morning, and end up in that all I needed was a new crank sensor. So hope this is helpful to someone. If you got an engine that's backfiring, will not crank, it was sparking. I can tell you it was sparking, but it was not sparking the right way. So if you find this video helpful, please comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed day.